Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're re-diving into one of the most iconic moments in literary history, the first ball in Pride and Prejudice, where all the drama begins. Let's set the scene. The Bennet family is buzzing with excitement about a new wealthy bachelor in town, a Mr. Bingley. Mrs. Bennet, with her 5 unmarried daughters, is practically vibrating with matchmaking energy. Despite her best efforts to get the details from her husband, it's their neighbor, Lady Lucas, who delivers the juicy scoop. Mr. Bingley is young, handsome, agreeable, and most importantly, he loves to dance. For Mrs. Bennet, a man who loves to dance is a man one step closer to falling in love. Her hopes are pinned on him settling at Netherfield and marrying one of her daughters. She even says if she can see just one daughter happily married there and the others equally well, she'll have nothing left to wish for. A few days later, Mr. Bingley pays a visit to Mr. Bennet. He'd heard tales of the beautiful Bennet girls and was hoping for a glimpse, but he only saw their father. The ladies, however, got a better deal. From an upstairs window, they managed to confirm that he wore a dashing blue coat and rode a fine black horse. Priorities right. An invitation to dinner is quickly sent, and Mrs. Bennet is already planning an elaborate menu when, disaster, an answer arrives. Mr. Bingley has to be in town the next day and can't make it. Mrs. Bennet is completely thrown. She starts to worry that he'll be one of those men who is always flitting about, never settling down at Netherfield like he's supposed to. Lady Lucas calms her down a bit by suggesting he's only gone to London to gather a large party for the upcoming ball. And then a rumour starts. Mr. Bingley is bringing 12 ladies and 7 gentlemen with him. The Bennet girls are horrified by the thought of so much competition, but thankfully, the day before the ball, they hear the number has dropped to a much more manageable 6, his 5 sisters and a cousin. When the big night arrives, the Netherfield party turns out to be just 5 people. Mr. Bingley, his 2 sisters, his brother-in-law Mr. Hurst, and another young man. Mr. Bingley immediately lives up to the hype. He's good-looking, gentlemanly, with a pleasant face and easy, natural manners. His sisters are fashionable, and his brother-in-law, Mr. Hurst, just looks like a gentleman. Nothing more, but it's Bingley's friend who steals the show. Mr. Darcy, he's tall, incredibly handsome, with noble features. And within 5 minutes, a rumour is flying around the room that he has an income of £10,000 a year. That's like being a billionaire today. The men call him a fine figure of a man, and the ladies declare he's even more handsome than Mr. Bingley. For the first half of the evening, he's the centre of admiration. But then, the tide turns. His popularity plummets as everyone realizes his manners are terrible. He's proud, arrogant, and seems to think he's above everyone in the room. Suddenly, not even his massive fortune can save him from being seen as having a forbidding, disagreeable face. What a contrast to his friend. Mr. Bingley is the life of the party. He makes friends with everyone, dances every single dance, and is genuinely upset when the ball ends so early, even talking about hosting his own ball at Netherfield. His friendly nature speaks for itself. Mr. Darcy, on the other hand, he dances only once with each of Bingley's sisters, refuses to be introduced to any other lady, and spends the rest of the night just walking around the room, occasionally speaking to someone from his own group. His character is decided. He is, in the eyes of the room, the proudest, most disagreeable man in the world, and everyone hopes he never comes back. Mrs. Bennet is particularly incensed, especially because he insulted one of her own daughters. Our heroine, Elizabeth Bennet, had been forced to sit out to dances because there weren't enough male partners. While she was sitting, Mr. Darcy happened to be standing close enough for her to overhear a conversation he had with Mr. Bingley. Bingley comes over and says, "Come on, Darcy, you have to dance. I hate seeing you stand around by yourself like this." And Darcy replies, "I certainly will not. You know how much I hate dancing unless I know my partner very well. At a party like this, it would be unbearable. Your sisters are busy, and there isn't another woman in this room who it wouldn't be a punishment for me to dance with." Bingley, ever the optimist, protests, saying he's never met so many pleasant and pretty girls in his life. "You're dancing with the only handsome girl in the room," Darcy says, looking at the eldest Miss Bennet, Jane. "Oh, she is the most beautiful creature I've ever seen." Bingley agrees. "But look, her sister is sitting right behind you. She's very pretty, and I bet she's very nice. Let me introduce you." Darcy turns, looks at Elizabeth for a moment, catches her eye, and then coldly says, "She is tolerable, but not handsome enough to tempt me. I am in no mood to pay attention to young ladies who are being ignored by other men. You should go back to your partner and enjoy her smiles. You're wasting your time with me, ouch." Mr. Bingley takes his friend's advice and leaves. Darcy walks off, and Elizabeth is left with, let's say, less than warm feelings toward him. But being Elizabeth, she has a lively, playful personality that loves anything ridiculous. So instead of sulking, she tells the story to her friends with great spirit and humor. Despite this little incident, the evening is a success for the Bennet family. Mrs. Bennet is thrilled to see her eldest Jane so admired by the Netherfield party. Mr. Bingley danced with her twice, a huge deal, and his sisters paid attention to her. Jane is quietly very happy. Elizabeth shares in her sister's joy. Mary overheard someone calling her the most accomplished girl in the area, and Catherine and Lydia, the youngest, were never without a dance partner, which is all they cared about. So they all return home to Longbourn in high spirits. They find Mr. Bennet still awake with a book, curious to hear how the night went. He was secretly hoping his wife's grand plans would fail, but he's about to hear a very different story. Mrs. Bennet bursts in. "Oh, my dear Mr. Bennet, we had the most delightful evening. Jane was so admired. Mr. Bingley thought she was beautiful, and he danced with her twice. Can you imagine? Twice. He asked her for the second and fifth dances." She then proceeds to list every single person Mr. Bingley danced with in excruciating detail until Mr. Bennet impatiently cuts her off, joking that if Bingley had any compassion for him, he wouldn't have danced so much. But Mrs. Bennet is unstoppable. She gushes about how handsome Bingley is, how charming his sisters are, how elegant their dresses were. When Mr. Bennet protests any more talk of fashion, she switches gears to Mr. Darcy, with great bitterness and a little exaggeration. She recounts his shocking rudeness. But I can assure you, she adds, Lizzie isn't missing out on anything by not being his type. He is the most disagreeable, horrid man. So proud and conceited, you couldn't stand him. Walking around as if he's so great, not handsome enough to dance with. Indeed, I wish you had been there, my dear, to give him one of your famous put-downs. I completely detest the man, and there you have it. The lines are drawn, the first impressions are made, and the stage is set for one of literature's greatest love stories to unfold. What do you think of Darcy's first impression? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into classic literature. See you next time.